Ladies and gentlemen, I cordially welcome you all to the webinar on importance of regulatory and corporate affairs and their pharmaceutical perspective, which is organized by Chevrolet Anmaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences in association with Indian Pharmaceutical Association Education Division. Now it's time to start the session 2. Make it on screen. Now it's time to start the session 2 on co and extracurricular activities, making it relevant to career. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's eminent speaker, motivator, and mentor, Ravikumar Pespati garu. Mr. Ravikumar Pespati is an accomplished professional with 2.5 decades of multifunctional combined experience in the areas of sales, marketing, and business development. He is also having the experience in administration and management, statutory compliance management, legal and corporate affairs with a cross-functional experience, exposure, and expertise. He is currently in a core management group as a senior management position, Vice President, Corporate Affairs, RAChem Pharmaceuticals Limited. Ravikumar has been instrumental in conferring the overall Operational Excellence Award 2019 to RAChem Pharma Limited. Pespati earlier served in various roles and responsibilities across the verticals and climbed the career ladder as a Senior Vice President, Chief General Manager, Chief Manager, Regional Manager, South, Area Sales Manager, Executive Officer, Trainee, etc. Ravikumar has been confirmed with the Best Young Management of the Year Award 2005, instituted by the ITC Bhadrachalam Paper Boards Limited. Ravi is a postgraduate in MBA and MA from the Acharya Nagarjuna University Campus College with a basic degree in Bachelor of Arts in addition to LLB from Osmania University. He is a research aspirant and currently filed his application as an in-service part-time external research scholar for admission to pursue the Doctor of Philosophy in Management at University College of Osmania University. Additionally, he is serving as a member of Hyderabad Central Advisor Board, Sastrik Educational Trust, New Delhi. He is an advisor at Jayanti Sri Jivika Foundation and NGOs engaged with SDG. Member Board of Management Studies at Rajiv Gandhi Memorial College of Engineering and Technology. He is a governing body member and mentor at Chaitanya Degree and PG College, Mahabub Nagar. Member at Advisory Council of Avanti Group of Colleges, Hyderabad. Member trustee of Pespati Charitable Trust and advisor for a few other reputed universities, institutes, in addition to few MSMEs. His accomplishment at the HMA under professional pursuits. Professional pursuits wise, Ravikumar Pespati is an immediate past president currently at HMA. He had got the role honor as a 50th honor president at the prestigious Hyderabad Management Association during 2018 to 19. He conferred with the HMA members of Year Award 2007 instituted by Natco Pharma Limited. He is elected member for the Managing Committee since 2006 to 2019. Served 3 terms as a treasurer with the highest collection of membership, renewals, and revenue. He served 2 terms as a secretary, served as a vice president, president-elect, chief election commissioner for the HMA elections, convener for management studies development programs, convener for management faculty development programs. He is a convener for information technology. 3 terms served as a convener awards committee. He also served as 3 times served as a convener management development programs of training and convener lecture programs. Instrumental to confer the AIMS Best Local Management Association Award to the Hyderabad Management Association in 2012 to 13. And he is instrumental to confer the FTCCI's Association of Excellence Award to HMA in 2019. Mr. Pespati instrumental to obtain the ISO 9001 and 2015 quality certification to the Hyderabad Management Association. He is instrumental for the successful to accomplish the HMA Awards 2015 ceremony, gracing the chief guest as Sri K.T. Ramarao, Honorable Minister for IT, Telangana State. And he is instrumental for successful to accomplish the HMA Awards 2016 ceremony, gracing the chief guest as Sri ESL Narasimhan, Honorable Government of Telangana State and Andhra Pradesh. And he is also having the student accomplishments under co-curricular and extracurricular activities. He conferred with the group leader and best volunteer in NSS during 1985 to 87. Anonymously got nominated as a college student representative for the Literary Association, Athletic Association, Library and Reading Room Association during 1986, 88, and 89. He served as a captain chess team at Nagarjuna University. He won the maiden chess title by winning the gold medals, Karan Singh Rolling Trophy, All India Chess Championship 1989 to 90, and cash awards also. He won the silver medals, team member at the All India Inter-University Chess Championship during 1991 to 1992. 5 times his party represented at the All India Inter-University Chess Championships, out of which 3 times as a captain of Acharya Nagarjuna University. Member of Sanghi World Chess Secretariat for the World Chess Championship Hyderabad in 1994. He conferred as the Best Chess Player Award for 2 times at the All Inter-University Chess Championship during 1987 to 88 and 1999 to 93. His landmark is chessmating a player in 1993 who chessmated world champion on a renowned grandmaster Sri Vishwanathan Anandan in 1991. Mr. Pisapati is socially active, highly engaged in society, and approach friendly. So today we are very much happy to have you here, sir, as a resource person for this webinar, and all the participants may enlighten and enrich their knowledge by your talk. So with this free introduction, I would like to invite Mr. Pisapati Ravikumar, sir, to deliver his talk over co and extracurricular activities relevant to the career. Thank you a lot, sir, for accepting our request.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Venkateshwara Ballapalli, for a detailed profile and created a very high expectations from the gathering. At the outset, I would like to acknowledge the opportunity given to me by the Indian Pharma Association, known as IPA, and IPA Education Division, and esteemed CHIPS, Chebrolu Hanumaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, represented by the Honorable President, Dr. Rayapati Srinivas, Honorary Secretary, Dr. S.V. Srinivas, the Honorable President of IPA, Dr. T.V. Narayana, Distinguished Chairman, Principal and Professor, Dr. Surya Devara Vidyadhara, beloved faculty, researchers, and my dear young students. Namaste and good afternoon to each one of you. To give a just brief about my presentation and perspective, I have about 60 minutes of time spread across about 15 slides, supporting with varied aspects, totaling to about 34 or 35 slides. Basically, it covers aim and objectives of this particular topic, role, problem identification, and 6 benefits which I have identified. Though there are numerous benefits out of participation in co-curricular extracurricular and extra academic activities of relevance. 7 centering questions, and my observations on the literature review. Since I'm taking myself as a case study, accomplishments as a case study, overall personality development, and the kind of a methodology, how I have evolved these all aspects and identified attributes and distinctions, references, suggestions and recommendations, followed by conclusion and summary, and the session will end with a word of acknowledgement. What I expect from the gathering is that all aspects, what I expect from the gathering is that soon after completion of my acknowledgements and all, I take the courage to request each one of you to assess, appraise, and give your word of remark. If you find it is to be improved, you put as to improve. If you find it good, you can put it as good. If you find it very good, you can put it as very good. If you feel that it is excellent, you can mention it as excellent. Only one word, what I wanted as a feedback. Coming to the presentation, may I start, Dr. Venkatesh Rao, the presentation?
Yes, sir. You can share your screen, sir.
Thank you. Is it visible now?
You can start from beginning, sir. You can click on from beginning. Yes, sir. It's fine.
Now, this webinar titled Co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, making it relevant to career, is one of the most significant. And when I interacted with Dr. Venkatesh Rao, I thought it's been continuously, consistently conducting the topics of relevance to the varied subjects. I thought it is a bit, stress buster from the routine subjects. So I chose to address on this particular topic so that there are certain evidences and case studies like, to support the matter what it is being titled. I have a disclaimer before I go in detail. Like, this presentation and perspective is totally limited to the outcomes generated out of my consistent contribution. Be clear that co-curricular and extracurricular activities will not assure you the career, but those will contribute excellently to stand you apart from the competition. Here, limitation is there. So I would request you to kindly remember that aspect, the limitation of varied dimensions. And it is purely outcomes generated in my personal aspects. So you can see to relate how these things can be worked out in your case. So that is what it is meant for. So let you be clear about the disclaimer, because why I got to caution is, it's a great deal to balance between academics and extracurricular activities or co-curricular activities or extra academic activities. So keeping this in context, you need to have a mind brand recalling of that particular aspect. Balance is the key, not at the cost of the academics and not at the cost of the extracurricular activities. So we need to strike a balance in between so that to have a overall development. Coming to the aim and objectives, the most important, a very significant question which it will arise in any of the interview, irrespective of the cadre, whether you are a career aspirant, whether you entered into the career and you are trying to climb the career ladder, or you are trying to achieve an excellence of your position or personality or the attributes or the distinction. The most important aspect is that to stand out differently from others, because the interviewer's perspective would be, see, whatever the academic curriculum that everybody studies, right? What is it in your case extra what you are having? Here, I would like to make you to understand the difference between job and career. The relevance of job and career, to explain, job is 10 to 5. It's a fixed time capsule. You know very well, some people, they'll be seeing at the clocks by the time 4 o'clock, because when it will be ticking at the 5 so that they can pack off and leave the institution. You see some people may come a bit late or take it for granted. So that is what the job. Whereas if you go for a career is much beyond. If principal advises at 9 o'clock, I'll be there at 8:45. So 15 minutes early. That makes lots of difference. Suppose if the organization or institution requires much beyond the working hours, I'm ready to stretch on. To what extent, to vast extent it is required, to that extent. That is career. So you need to decide whether you are a job aspirant or a career aspirant. So that is what it comes into this particular thing, so that you'll be able to understand over a period of time. Now, my objectives are to give a perspective of how extracurricular and co-curricular activities are making it relevant, with a case example of, as I told you, the generated outcomes, to give an awareness of why co-curricular activities are important on curriculum vitae, and to give you an insight to understand and answer the questions, what makes you different from others. Let us see, what are the aspects identified by my project guide, under whose supervision I have done my Master of Business Administration project, which is a partial fulfillment for the requirements for the award of MBA. This is a testimonial given by my then project guide. He was one of the gold medalists from the Andhra University campus and one of the dynamic professor, and he got a great role in my life in nurturing my career, basically. So during my academics, he is nothing but like, for everything, very well, whenever you are in a problem or emergency, what do? You contact 100. Like, my contact point is Dr. Suvarnakanti Vijayaraju. Let us identify what are the aspects he identified in me during my association there at the Acharya Nagarjuna University campus, Department of Commerce and Business Administration. After thoroughly done an observation, under whose observation and supervision I have done and accomplished the project report, he has identified these are the aspects. He said he has closely observed me. After done the close observation, what he identified is seminars and discussion, classroom seminars and discussion, which are very important. And this comes under maybe either you can term it as co-curricular activity, or otherwise to say, you can say extra academic activity. And then what else he has identified? Mock analysis of real-time cases. What I undertake is that, and then he says, I'm a surrogate lecturer, because acts as a lecturer in absence of the lecturer. Empiricism, very most important point, what he has made out. Empiricism is to try the theoretical aspects into practical aspect, not with the theory as a foundation, and to experiment. Like, you do a lot of laboratory testing. What do? You will have some kind of a theoretical perspective. You will develop how this can be experimented. So in the same manner, you also can see certain other attributes what he has identified. I have an interaction with Mr. Ravi Kumar even after completion of his MBA program, because I left somewhere in 93, whatever, 94, and I have taken this, but I obtained this testimonial in the year 1996. So, yes, keenly observed what I was, even today, I love to say that I'm in constant and continuous touch with him. Probably you may be aware that he recently served for government of Andhra Pradesh for Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education as a honorable chairman. So you also can identify what he has identified: capacity to work with others older than him as well as his peer group. These most of the aspects, he is honest and sincere in his approach. Sociable, perseverance, and intelligent. Beside excellence in academics, excelled in sports. From where these all parameters have come, from where these all attributes have come, from where all these distinctions have been inculcated in a personality, that who can tell except Ravi Kumar? So I feel extracurricular activities, consistent participation is the key. From where this all, the attributes one by one, it's been added continuously, consistently, which are in progress. And see what it is. He gave it in the year 1996. And I must be very, very thankful to Dr. Vidyadhara Suryadevara for giving me such a great opportunity to have a great, introspection and inward journey to go through the nostalgic, cherished memories of my association and, my study and my background and all. So this is what I would like to showcase as a, illustrate and support to the thing what I am telling. Now let us go to the slide 2. Slide 3. What is slide 3? Yeah. And role of co and extracurricular activities. What is the kind of educational value of co-curricular activities? The primary thing is that useful in physical development, helpful in social development, training for leadership. Definitely there will be an academic value. I have now, there is no minute hesitation to say that there will be an enormous academic value will be there. Yes, useful in moral development, essential for emotional development, disciplinary value, cultural value, aesthetic and recreational value, proper use of leisure time. Let us see. Useful in physical development, it comes for outdoor games, whereas I chose an indoor game. I must compliment and congratulate all the students here and their respective parents. They chose pharmacy as an education. In the wake of pandemic COVID-19, pharmaceutical industry, healthcare industry is the only industry which is allowed to function. To tell you, on March 22nd, the general lockdown has come, followed by a regular lockdown declared by the Honorable President, Prime Minister of Government of India. I think about 2-3, maybe about till for few days, maybe about a week or 10 days only, we got to stop it. Then later onwards, continuously we have been functioning. And similarly the case with all other pharmaceutical industries. Probably this must have been even enlightened by the earlier esteemed speaker, Dr. Nagendra Irukulapati also might be, because he being serving as the Vice President Global Regulatory Affairs at Messrs. Aurobindo Pharma Limited, which is also one of the most reputed pharmaceutical company in the country. And I think definitely he should have given a perspective actually. So, and you chose pharmaceutical education, and I really sincerely congratulate you. And it is only the thing is that you chose a very right option for you. You have not chosen like me arts. With an arts background, I got to struggle, does the hard work and lot of things in the life. But whereas in your case, it's a cakewalk. I think you need to equip what kind of combination of skill set, what it is required to be equipped. So in that context, helpful in social development. My social development, the foundation laid my association with the National Services Scheme. Acharya Nagarjuna University National Services Scheme. During my intermediate time, I participated. That's the foundation actually. Even whether it is a known people or unknown people, or if things are at the society, I'm always a first person to jump out immediately. Yes, I'm there for you, even in the organizational front. So that volunteerism is nothing but inside of service. You are inside of a complete service oriented. So this social development is very much required. I was also not only an active volunteer, I was a group leader. I participated in 2 special programs conducted by the Nagarjuna University under Telugu Gramina Kranti Padham. We used to reconstruct the rural area. We go to a remotest place and we construct, roads or the conditions what it is required for that particular village. I remember during 85-87, one particular place where we went was Perechirla. I remember the distinguished president of this Chebrolu Hanumaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, President Dr. Rayapati Srinivas Gari, I think his brother, Dr. Honorable MP, former MP, Rayapati Sambasero Gari, I think the organization is also there. I think Jayalakshmi Tobacco or something or other. I don't remember. Just nearby that. We went and we stayed there for 10 days, and then, we have contributed the rural reconstruction of roads, basically. And one most important episode, what I learned was that one woman, I think should be aged about 38 or so. She was a daily labor. When we were doing this service, she came and started doing with us. I asked her, Ma, what happened? Actually, you are a daily wage labor, and for us, we are a college going students, and we came here only to, see what we can contribute to the society. Then, what she told, even today, it is fresh in my memory. She said, Babu, I think you left all your studies and your teachers left all your teaching, and you people came for our village, our own village, where we are struggling a lot to, go in this particular kind of road, which is not in a good position at all. And by seeing you last 4 days, the kind of a hard work you people are doing and contributing, what will happen one day if I don't go to the, my work, I don't think there is any big difference in that. I think if I construct these roles for, if I can be a part of it, I can remember for a lifelong. That's a huge inspiration for me, actually. From that, the women who told that, the literate women, daily wage labor, who told. So we have to really find the opportunity from where we can source the inspiration for the social development. And I can mingle with the people. That's what noticed by my project guide, Dr. Vijay Raju, as you rightly understood that with any age of people, he can work. So that is what I meant for. Training for leadership. See, when you attend the programs of relevance, and when you inculcate certain attributes and aspects that are required for the leadership, over a period of time, definitely you will be able to climb the ladder of the leadership position. So that is what it is I meant for training for leadership. Academic value. It's a huge value, I can say. If anything, I tell you something, it would be less only. Because at the end of the day, how best, see, from the same school of thoughts, from the same school of learning, from the same school we graduated our MBA, and I used to, I recall, I used to stay in the second hostel, which is a far away to the first hostel. That is about 5.5 kilometers away to the both the hostels. I used to go to a gentleman, my senior, by name of VVS Rao. VVS Rao, he was, while pursuing the MBA, he has prepared for the civils. I learned, I used to go to his room only to be taught this quantitative techniques for business decisions. You know very well, being an arts fellow, algebra, gundagabra. So since I am poor, I requested him, I want your help and support to ensure to impart the required knowledge related to this particular paper. Then he warmly invited. I used to go, and I see and got inspired a lot. And then of course, that story I will tell you later. Now he is, I am proud to say that he is currently the honorable, I think, chairman of the Telangana State Police Board chairman. From Police Board chairman, he became a APA director, Andhra Pradesh Police Academy director. So academic value matters a lot. Useful in moral development. Your moral values basically will come from a game of sports. I learned basically the ethics, professionalism, all the things, the fundamental required ingredients will come only from that particular extracurricular activities. The rules of the game, you need to be clear. That is what I mean to say of the moral development. Essential emotional development. It's very essential. Unless you are not emotionally developed, it's very difficult. My teacher, watcher, preacher, guide, guru was none other than my beloved late father, Shri Surya Narayana Pispati, from who nurtured me in the game of chess. We got a great connectivity of emotional development in such a way it got percolated across the family. Now, I also must acknowledge, like actually now my little daughter Purnima has assisted me a lot, as I am literate but not much acquainted with the technology. So keeping this in context, unless the emotional development is not properly in place, it would be very difficult. It will come out like an anger or depression or, like iron fire and lot of things, like, it will come in a wide varieties of ways. If you can see wherever the issues are there, those are the basic fundamental issue is nothing but they're not emotionally developed, or there is something or other in the quadrant of emotional development. So that is what it is I meant for. Disciplinary value. What is the discipline? The definition of the discipline as per the literature, following out of free will. There should be a free will. It is not that my boss should tell that, why don't you, do the work on time, or why don't you come on time? Why can't you stretch it? You have to have your own self-discipline. If at the end of the entire addressing, if you don't understand anything also, please note a word called as game. Game means governance. My G stands for me, in my terminology, G means governance, self-governance. Then A means self-administration. M means self-management. E means, for me, it's a self-execution. How do you govern yourself? How do you administer yourself? How do you manage yourself? How do you execute yourself? How do you strike a balance? All these things matters a lot. So that's what I meant for. Then aesthetic and recreational value. Really, I tell you, in letter and spirit, I enjoyed like anything, either in terms of respect or in terms of recognition or in terms of rewards and awards or in terms of great peace of mind. It's an amazing and extraordinary journey. One should experience it. Then proper use of leisure time. These are all the things not at the cost of the academics. Not at the cost of the academics. I think I remember in the year 1985, when I was 84, 85, when I was pursuing my 10th class, it was a state board school, Sri Ramakrishna Hindu High School at Amaravati village in your own Guntur district. I won the chess competition there at the school. I came and very happily updated to all my family members. My father went out and he was to come. I was eagerly awaiting actually to update to my father. Then when he came, I told I got a great news and I wanted to. Then he said that, yeah, I think you must be having some news, but let me understand what it is. Then I told, this is what it is. Then he appreciated me, and he appreciated me a lot, saying that I'm proud of you and all. Then he was the person who told me that, can you sit for 5 minutes? I said, okay. I sat. Then when I sat, he told, this tournament where you won, it is only for Ravi Kumar. I was not able to understand what was the language actually of that. Yes, it is for Ravi Kumar. No, I'm just not able to figure out what you wanted to tell. Then he told me, next year, when you got to, participate in the competitions, you go on behalf of your school or college. If you win there, that would be a great pride to the institution or the college or the school. That is the way how the major foundation has been laid actually. Then onwards, I was thinking actually how I can become famous or eminent or popular. And then that's a different journey. I will let you know while we go through other slides. And for connected to this particular leisure time, I just wanted to also share you a supportive this thing. It was a publication published in the year, I think 1993 or 1995, I think, by the Deccan Chronicle. What I would like to project here is that it is not that I wanted to tell you proudly that I got covered in the press. That is not my intention. My intention is press really understood actually, you see here, the there is a word in the second side, the fact that such a gifted player Ravi Kumar has not yet participated in any national for fear of losing study time illustrates this point further. I wanted to tell you, that's what you, please make it clear to what level you got to go. You have to have a clear boundary. You have to have a plan in place. Why? A plan can fail. but you should not fail to plan. That is what the objective. Okay. So now coming to the point again, to the next slide. Benefits. Benefits. Yeah. Enormous. There are very numerous are there. Probably, I think I mentioned what are relevant for me. But you, if you can really Google out or otherwise to do some kind of a study, little, probably it will go a lot. Now, social skills, emotional skills, problem solving skills, forecasting skills, creative thinking skills, leadership skills, communication skills, technology skills, networking and public relations skills, moral, cultural, recreational values, of course, discipline. Now, I think social skills anyway, as you rightly understood fully that it is already, we have discussed emotional skills, we have discussed problem solving skills. I used to have titles by my learned professors, the then professors, when I was pursuing my MBA at Acharya Nagarjuna University campus. You know, the title number 1, crisis manager. Title number 2, Khalnayak. The crisis manager, the word itself, it is self-explanatory that it is the problem solving skill. So, forecasting skills. My forecasting skills connected, I just would like to show a slide so that you will be able to understand in a better way. My forecasting skills, this is a testimony. This is actually an award citation when I got Young Manager of the Award 2005, instituted by ITC Bhadrachalam, as rightly mentioned in the profile by Dr. Ballapalli Venkateswara Rao. You can see here, the entire thing is majorly of forecasting skills. Corporates, Microsoft, Infosys, Wipro, Canvansys, Covergys, Indibharat Technologies Limited, builders, Annapurna Builders, Ashoka Builders, Raheja Group, Vishnu, PL Raju Constructions, Ambience Properties Limited, Manjira Constructions Limited, Larsen and Toubro Limited, which is one of the most large scale, giant in the construction activity, Dr. Reddy Laboratories, and showrooms, Big Shot, Kalani. These are all the accounts from where I could obtain the huge orders from during my serving at that particular organization called as Bell Granito Ceramica Limited, where I used to serve as an area sales manager. So they're all possible only because of my forecasting projection, what I gave it to organization, and working backward, and identifying the, the buyer of relevance for their manufactured product, and making a proposal, submitting a quote, then doing an appropriate negotiation, and winning out of many competitors. Is the chapter is over? No. Execution, collecting the payment, doing the service before, while, and after sales. Then, most importantly, striking a balance overall, customer satisfaction. And a very important aspect, complaint redressal management. This is what it is. I think you must have understood. I just would like to know, is it going in a right direction, Dr. Venkateswara Rao?
Yeah, please, sir. Please carry on, sir.
Thank you. Then coming to creative thinking skills, leadership skills. communication skills, technology skills. What I meant creative thinking skills is that thinking beyond boundaries. When I got to establish a network for them, it is creatively, I thought if it will not go in a regular fashion. So from 4 different dimensions, I sourced, identified, and I established the distributors for them. And it became a very big success story. And now they are functioning in a very good way. I am telling about in the year 2005, what it has occurred. So then coming to communication skills, you know better. Leadership skills, of course, it's required. Technology skills, I am yet to improve. In fact, I must admit that to a certain extent. Networking and public relations skills, very extraordinary. Moral and cultural, recreational, already we discussed. Discipline, we discussed. Coming to centering questions, what is the unique trait of yours? I think it has addressed it mostly, and then probably, if required, I will elaborate during question and answers. Why am I doing this activity? This is a very, very important aspect. Why I am doing this activity? I used to have all psychological barriers. I was lacking courage, and I was not, I used to feel a great, very shyness, and I don't open up my thoughts, and I don't, I was an introvert basically. And I don't know how to approach, how to ensure to make it my attitude. I want to come out of all those zones, made me to participate in the extracurricular activities. I was less participative. What Dr. Razu gave you the thing was when I'm able to go to university level. But during my pre-primary, primary, secondary education, intermediate education, and even up to even degree first year, I was tongue-tied. I don't know. I never ever open up. I never ask a question at all. Though used to linger a lot of concerns in the mind. Where to participate? Where to participate? You need to identify. What are the opportunities you are having? How you can see to leverage those all the things you need to identify. Whether it is in a space of co-curricular, whether it is in a space of extracurricular, whether it is in a space of extra academic activity, whatever. It need to be identified properly. That's the way. What I mean to say that I participate, whatever areas I identified, that I participate. That's what. So how to participate? Don't participate just like that. Do some kind of a research work. What do you want actually? If you participate in a seminar or a discussion, what Dr. Razu was saying, my beloved guru, MBA project guide was saying is that I used to go through, if some speaker or external speaker is coming, I used to go through his profile. I prepare at least one question on his profile. On the topic, I used to prepare one question at least on the topic. Then his addressing, because that's a great insight, right? He's like a speaker, whoever comes, is like a walking library. He'll prepare thoroughly. He does a lot of work and he'll come and see to be addressed. So keeping that in context, prepare how to participate, not just like that a time pass or otherwise to say, okay, let me complete this. Since institute has given, let me come. No, that attitude should not be there. Let us see how we can make it. When to participate? You have to decide. Is it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? You have to decide. Because every individual, it varies. I used to decide very clearly. I'm damn clear what it is. So who can participate? We think it is only for students. No, even for me, it is a great learning aspect of this particular session. Who can participate? A student can participate, a parent can participate, a sibling can participate. Of course, even my beloved daughter is also participating now. And even researchers can participate, even faculty can participate. I think definitely the distinguished chairman, principal, and Professor Dr. Vidyadhara Chakradevara also might be there now. He's participating. He's a great live example, actually. A huge inspiration I drawn silently. Literally, I stole a lot of things from him, in fact. The way he's a silent action doer. He's a doer. The whole success lies only in action and effort, nothing else, not in the result. So that's what, who can participate? Anyone, whoever is interested. That's what I mean to say. And most of my exhibited things also shows only of that. All these questions will be answered. Literature review. What literature review reveals that, academic activities and curricular, co-curricular activities and extra classroom activities, activities in the library, activities in the laboratory, activities in the seminars, workshops, panel discussions, conferences and conclaves, all these comes under curriculum, this curricular activities. Whereas in extracurricular activities, as we already discussed, physical, academic, literary, cultural, social, moral, citizenship training activities, leisure time activities, emotional and national integration aspects, and lot of other things. All the things will come under co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Then accomplishments as a case study. I think half the way we are through, but still I love to show and exhibit certain things so that you will be able to understand in a better way. Best volunteer and group leader in SSS. I told my major why I tend to go for a service. Even you must have seen and listened in my profile also. I'm a Hyderabad Central Board of Advisory for a New Delhi based differently disabled. They're all physically handicapped people actually. They're students, small girls and boys. I'm an advisory board member there. And we do a lot. You can Google out and you can see, you will come to know huge things, what we do at the, pan-India level. Now, coming to the point is that 10 years of consistent performance in chess as a national player at the All India Inter-University Chess Championships. This is one of the great addition to stand out apart. Let us see what. This is what it is. I think it is in the year 1992, Andhra Pradesh got the privilege to host the All India Inter-University Chess Championships in the Bapatla, a university called as Andhra Pradesh Bapatla Agricultural College, affiliated to the then Andhra Pradesh Agricultural University. In 23 moves, I checkmated Vikram Singh Rajasthan University. And when before completion, our team lost the game, but I got the best player award. And I was not knowing that I was playing a player like Vikram Singh, and there was a huge crowd in and around my table, including the press reporters, several press reporters. I thought there is a lot of mob, and just like that it is going on. The moment my game is over, several press reporters came and asked, "Are you aware with whom you play?" I said, "I don't know. Why should I?" Then I was just a bit curious. I asked, "Who is he?" Then they told that he is none other than a player who defeated Vikram Singh. Then it became a great history. Now, you can see the tough get going covered by Indian Express. What I wanted to show here is that not that I got the coverage in the press. I wanted to show you here one important point, that what is that they have identified. I think this is not readable, but the language barrier. I purely completely studied in Telugu medium, and there used to be a lots of barriers in terms of medium is concerned. Even in the post-graduation also, yes, of course, post-graduation it is an English medium then onwards, and a lot of other hurdles, like the academically it's not that a feasible environment to continue the education kind of environment from where I have come, struggled, and able to grow in the career. That's what it is. So coming to the what happened? Is it audible, Dr. Venkatesh Rao? Literature survey is over, accomplished. So several accomplishments, what it was quoted is less, but still I can say unanimously got nominated as a student's representative at the college level for varied associations. I represented for Literary Association, Athletic Association, and Library and Reading Room Committee. Those participations gave me a great insight how I should be able to conduct myself when I respond or address the principal or the learned faculty or the important senior staff of the non-teaching staff or whatever. So lot of basic modalities have come into that particular one. So this comes into extracurricular activity only. Coming to overall personality development. Here, intellectual development only will happen at the classrooms. You have to go much beyond the borders of the classroom. Then only things will get developed overall in way. Emotional development, skill development, social development. And I tell you, in most of the cases, I have my own case. One of my MBA classmate were a very beloved and close to my heart. Of course, he's no more. And he was not able to manage the emotional development that led to some sad episode. Same is the case with many students. If they don't achieve distinction or they don't achieve first class, if they don't achieve the desired percentage what it is, they are into different space of emotion. Unless the emotional development is not addressed properly, you will not be able to withstand. Several aspects will address once emotionally developed. That can happen only by way of participation in the co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and extra academic activities. Skill development, this is very much important. Skill development is the basic key to get any job. So you need to ensure and equip the skill development on varied aspects. Unless you are not communicative writtenly or spokenly, or the way you present, or the way your body language, or the way you respond, or the way you address, or the way you resolve and redress the complaints, if any, so all matters a lot. It all comes under the basket of skill developments only. Social development, as we have already discussed. Methodology. These are all the things, how I have come across is that I am able to ensure to review certain publications in the shortest span and then measure the accomplishments and done enough inward introspection and inward journey, and then marshal the data, what it is, entire thing, then observed from my contemporary mates also. You see, I love to share the connected to my teammates, those who participated in the extracurricular activities. Since I was the captain and member of the team, I am right in front of you. Then we have one more teammate by name of Sri AKS Srimanarayana. He got selected in Coast Guard. Currently, he got posted at Mumbai. He is in the level of, is equivalent to Director General of Police Cadre in the Coast Guard, based at Mumbai. And in Coast Guard, he got only based on extracurricular activities and achievements. Now, coming to another teammate by name of Kavikondala Nagendra Gopal. K.N. Gopal is basically from a Guntur only. My beloved friend, he joined in Andhra Bank. He is currently as a chief manager in Hyderabad only, near to my residence at Sainikpuri. He participated in extracurricular, purely on extracurricular activities only he got. Then the fourth one, Satish Kumar Kanteti. This Satish Kumar Santeshi is a software engineer, settled in US. I'm in touch with all of my classmates, teachers, and all contemporary people. So this shows my observation that extracurricular activities by default will give an edge. There is no minute second thought for that. Then references. And ResearchGate, all researchers, including Dr. Ballapalli, Venkateshwara, and all familiar, maybe the ResearchGate, which is a very familiar one, right? It is a Malaysian article. Probably you can go through. I gave the reference also. This particular article abstract, when I went through, I think 160 papers they have reviewed, and 6 reviewed papers also they reviewed, and they published that article. They found that most of the students are shy. They feel shy. Inside of that shyness, neither they don't interact, nor they ask a question, nor they utilize the opportunity, nor they make an effort to improve the interpersonal skills. That is what the research study shows. It is not that I am telling, it is not my wisdom or my knowledge. The research finding is that. So the next comes to Reva University, reva.edu. The Reva University, one of the most reputed private university based at Bangalore, Karnataka. And coincidence that my good friend, Dr. Y. Lakshman Kumar, who served as a director in Geetham's Hyderabad Business School, is serving as a pro-vice chancellor here. And there is a study made by them that it gives a great bonding, whether it is with the institution, whether it is with the family, whether it is with the friends, whether it is with relatives. They always very proudly say that he's so and so. So that is what it is, a research article you can go through. Again, in the same way, then what is the meaning of the extracurricular activities and all related, the same research get finding. And Wikipedia also gives very good relevant information. I thought it is very relevant to mention here. Then suggestions and recommendations, very important. I request you, I used to make every time a SWOT analysis, because at least once in a 6 months, 100% I'll go back to SWOT analysis. Unless you don't identify what are the strengths you are having, what are the opportunities you are having vis-a-vis, what are the weaknesses you are having, and what are the threats you are having, it's difficult to address yourself. See, if you are weak in immunization, I am sorry, irrespective of age, the great pandemic, our good friend COVID-19 is ready to hug you. So we should know what to do, what to not, what not, all the things, right? Including this COVID, I think I must be very thankful. It gave a great awareness, actually, self-awareness for that matter. And of course, keeping aside that pandemic episodes, sad episodes, I think it has given a great opportunity, especially for pharmaceutical, whether it is a graduates or researchers or the faculty or the industry, they can, the abundant opportunities, I can say very confidently. It is not to please you or praise you, I'm telling you. Please kindly mind you, out of 114 publications, what I am just scrolling through, I think it about exceeds 105 publications, job notifications are only pharma. You can understand what kind of a scope you are having and how blessed you are into that particular lane of education. So I request you to be mindful, actually, to ensure that. Guidance. My guidance, I have to show you, is none other than my beloved father, Shri late Swargiya Surya Narayana Pisapati, then my beloved mother, now my current guru, my eldest brother, Shri Amareshwar Sarma, hailing from Amaravati village. So coming to create a support structure, very important. And if you don't have a support structure, it's very difficult, right? It is for you to create yourself. With my father's support, I created a support structure who can be a good buddy for me. I created one doctor, Dr. Madhusudan Rao Sekuri. Then I created one support structure who can play with me chess. That was none other than one line inspector in agricultural department by name of Nandigama Kasi Vishwanatha Shastri, NKV Shastri. Now my current buddy to create a support structure is, a great support structure is my beloved daughter Purnima Bharati. Then my eldest brother, Amareshwar Sharma. My youngest brother, Nageshwar Sharma. Because you need to create a support structure. If you are not creating support structure, then it will not sustain for long. That is what it is. And then coming to identify a buddy. That is what it is. I told you already. Find a good and approachable mentor. This is very important. You have to have an approachable mentor. If he is a good mentor and he is not approachable, doesn't serve the purpose. He should be good and also he should be approachable. Mentor is by default competent only. So that is what it is. Then ensure to have a plan in place. As I told you, plan can fail. But if you don't have a plan at all, how you'll be able to proceed ahead? Have a plan properly. Then review, evaluate, measure time to time. I already told you that once in a 6 months, I definitely will go back to SWOT analysis, which is a great tool actually one should use in their own life. Then strike a balance between academics and activities. I told you when I got first division in MBA and all this, most of the people when you go with the biodata, my entire discussion I tell you, out of total discussion, I can say 65 to 70% goes only in extracurricular activities, only 30-35% only job related. If you don't have any extracurricular activities, the 100% on academic, the load, entire load will come there. So you need to be clear what you want. Now it is very clear for you. Have enough patience and don't expect overnight and immediate instant results. These are all the things I'm able to showcase because it is a 30-35 years old of history, right? I know, you know very well, history is a mystery, future is a mystery, present is present, right? So we have to be mindful, past, present, and future all. Never give up. This is very much important. It's very, very important. Never give up. Let's you have a proper, complete hope in place. As I told you, it's already, I think, had I got another 5-10 minutes, Venkatesh Rao? Dr. Venkatesh Rao?
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Never give up. Then conclusion and summary. So as it is shows how important extracurricular activities. It is for you to figure out, like, you know, you need to go do some self-study. You need to identify. If required, you need to ensure. As I already told you, you have an excellent faculty. I came personally to Chebrolu Hanumaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and I welcome all other even institutes, faculty and students for there also. You identify in your own faculty, definitely you will be able to find a proper mentor. They'll be they love to guide you. Why they are not? Because you're not going there. I always think that somebody will call me and guide me. No, that is a myth. It is for me to go and ask them. Vijayadhara sir, please tell me. If he doesn't tell, then you have to find an alternate. There is a different thing. Why he is not telling? Maybe he is occupied, or he got a lot of administrative load, or something or other. But if he is not able to guide, also definitely a person of his stature will immediately guide you. You go to him, I will put a word. He will give a senior faculty to you. So from today onwards, today itself, you do some kind of a, what is that you have to do, and you find a proper guide for you. Guide in terms of not only the academics, but also for your overall development. Honestly to say, when I'm giving my credit to my teacher, watcher, preacher, guide guru, none other than Dr. S. Vijayaraju, who was my then professor, even still I'm in contact, I told you. That credit goes to all my teachers, whether it is at school or college or university or my future PhD, or even the gurus in you with whomever I am talking. So that is what it is applicable. So I request you to please ensure to identify the most important, you need to write somewhere and keep it right in front of you always, that what is that you would like to be remembered for? Would you like to be remembered as a chess player, or an achiever, or an extraordinary player, or as a best player awardee, or a captain, or a member, or a spectator, or a coach, or an arbitrator? What do you want? What would you like to be remembered for as a student's representative? What would you like to be remembered for? Would you like to ensure yourself to have a overall, balancing and ensure to focus on the achievements? That is what it is. The summary is that enables this, provided really does properly students active in the classrooms. I didn't tell because I think up to intermediate, up to 10th class, I was a below average student. Then in the intermediate, I became average. Then from degree onwards, I became a first class student. And this entire thing are linked to entire extracurricular activities. I'm telling you, there is no other hide and seek here. It is an open book. And probably you can also feel it once you participate. Then develop study habits and literary talents, provides both theoretical and practical knowledge in their taught subject matters and scope to apply the obtained knowledge in different situations. Enables to have their academic brilliance by acquiring mastery over their subjects of study and ample scope for social adjustment. This is very important. Social adjustment is very, very important. The cause behind it is to train the students practically how to develop a responsible democratic citizenship. That is the objective of that. I will run through a few slides of supporting ones so that you can see to have it. Okay, this you have already seen. This is a letter sent by the then Vice Chancellor, not my then Vice Chancellor. My then Vice Chancellor was Professor Raghavlu. This Vice Chancellor came in the year 2007, and Professor none other than His Excellency the Vice Chancellor Professor V. Bala Mohan Das. He has written in the year 2007. What is that he has written? You have seen there. This entire things majorly you have inculcated at Nagarjuna University. He was so proud to tell you very frankly, even now today also I'm in touch with him, and at least more than 8 Vice Chancellors, they are able to recognize me by name, and that is one. Then this is another testimonial from the then Vice Chancellor, under whose this thing I have done my MBA. He was the Vice Chancellor when I was pursuing my MBA. In his testimonial, he gave a clear studious habits and good manners. This will come only with by being a good player, where you have to think whether you are a good player, whether you are a good family member, whether you are a good sibling, whether you are a good teacher, whether you are a good student, whether you are a good learner, whether you are a good teacher, what not, whether you are a good crisis manager, whether you are a good corporate vice president, whatever. Any dimension that studious habits and manners, all those things definitely matters a lot. Then this was given by my dean, Dr. Dakshinamurthy, the second one. He gave a lot of insights. Actually, it was amazing how he has, he gave because of his total interaction. He said he has taken 3 days to give me this testimonial. I asked, sir, this is my second visit. I just would like to be interested to know, do you require any information? He told only one thing, Ravi, I observed you a lot, but put it on paper, I have to give properly. I have to articulate properly in that suits to my observation. It should not be just like that giving and all. So you wait. That's the way how he gave. It's not that just like that going and taking a testimonial. So that is what it is. Then this is another testimonial from none other than from my head of the department. Then there is some press coverage. Then this is some press coverage. Then he is none other than my director sports board. It's very inspiring for me to tell you. Whenever it gets published, not there, forget about in the students, this thing was over. After I got the awards and all, then when it has got published, he had seen, I think, somewhere in the Hindu, and he wrote a letter to me saying that, Ravi, if you can say, okay, I will display this in my sports board. I asked, why, sir? Then he said, it will inspire other sports players so that you are nothing but a role model. I feel that university should have that. Then I said, it is my great pleasure and honor, sir. Please go ahead and all. So he has written a letter. Then there is a award. Then there is a chairman of the State Bank of Hyderabad, managing director of the State Bank of Hyderabad. He gave an advice after seeing in the paper. He wrote a letter saying that future endeavors. He gave me a future direction in his letter. That is what I taken out. I don't wanted to show you that big letter has come. That is not the objective. What I wanted to tell you that what you would like to draw out that particular letter matters. So future endeavors. Then this already we have discussed. Then this was given by my boss. My boss, what he has identified, you can see. Concerted efforts. If you participated in the extracurricular activities, you will have collaborative efforts because you have to be under a captain. The captain will lead you. Captain will guide you. Captain will instruct you. As a member, how you can assist and support, how you can be a best member, how you can be a best captain also. So concerted efforts. Then he identified high dedication and the attention to details and your persistence to achieve. These all the things are basic fundamentals, all have been attributed, inculcated, all those distinctions while pursuing that extracurricular activities. This came in career. So what I mean to say that how you can link up is only that is the way how it can be linked up. This is what the certificate, what it reads is overall performance and leaderships and contribution to the performance and growth of his organization. Overall performance, it is not that only academics will do. No, I'm sorry. If you say 10 meritorious students, out of 10 meritorious students, 1 or 2 only will be successful. I am very sorry. With the due respects to all merited students and even with the faculty also, unless they are not overall balanced, it's very difficult to sustain and survive. That is what it is. Then this is very important to show you. When I resigned, somebody wrote a letter to company saying that not to accept my resignation. Why? Because what is that he has identified is effectively created the network. Contributed is laudable. Contribution is laudable with his dedicated effort to work. In this connection, humbly request you to kindly not to accept his resignation in the large interest of the company and the dealers. Very proud thing to say. I must be very thankful. Of course, they are fully in touch with me also. Now you can see he has written a personal letter saying that we are very sad with your exit, declared that this all the things. Yeah? So there are these showcases. Now you can see this is one organization, research and development organization based at Delhi. They recognized for individual contribution for development. Based on individual contribution, they gave that particular award. That is what it is related to. Then the right side, the Honorable then Public Relations Minister. He was emphasizing why I got to display this is that not that I wanted to show all those awards, rewards and recognition. I recaptured the discussion and addressing. That Honorable Minister, he emphasized what is the importance of networking and public relations. The public relations matters a lot. So all the things can be extracted only out of your participation in the extracurricular. This is one industry and intellectual development somewhere in Delhi. They gave this particular award only because of the individual achievement. Individual achievement. They recognized individual achievement and they awarded. Then this is another one, Natco Pharma Limited instituted award. This one given outstanding contribution to the development. All D pharmacy students, after their 6 years of study, they have to do a research. D stands for not doctor in pharma, Pharm D people. D is development. What did you develop out of these 6 years of spending? You need to really identify. Then coming to this one, it was with the Honorable His Excellency, the former governor of Madhya Pradesh, then 2 member of parliaments. Why I stated this is that this got to be exhibited is the Honorable His Excellency, the former governor, while ensuring to declare that particular award while conferring to me, he stressed upon how important is activities beyond your zone. Activities beyond your zone, of course, he termed that activities beyond zone, but it is nothing but I am linking with only curricular and extracurricular activities. Then this right side one, Honorable Vice President of India, when he was as a chief guest during a award ceremony. The award ceremony is a great event itself. That itself it is an event. Sourcing a chief guest itself it is a great event because I got to respond local security, national security, special security, and from all the things. All security checks are over. Then I was interviewed by his personal secretary, who is at the level of the IAS officer at a very senior level, because they wanted to find whether does that stature is feasible and fit. Unless you are not able to address those issues at that level, it would be very difficult. So now coming to the part is that the jury also very highly distinguished. My first interview went on only on that award. What kind of this award? I wanted to know the award. He says, the then General Manager D. Pani, I will see to ensure to wrap it up in another 3 minutes. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, the award, when he asked, there will be a constituted jury will be there. What is the constituted jury? The chair of the jury would be His Lordship Justice, retired Justice. Then there will be a on-duty in-service Indian Administrative Service officer, IAS, and there will be a IPS officer. Indian Administrative Police Service, and then there will be a banker at the level of the board of director. Then there will be an academician at the level of His Excellency the Vice Chancellor, serving Vice Chancellor. Then there will be an industry representative. Either he should be a founder of the industry, or he must be representing any industrial forum like Federation of Telangana, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or ASSOCHAM, or Confederation of Indian Industry. The composition. They invite all the nominations, they'll scrutiny, evaluate, review, and as and when it is required, they'll see to interact also with the nominee. And this nomination is supposed to be nominated by the employer. It is not that you can just like send an application and will get it. Whatever you have seen the citation, those citations were given by the respective this thing only. But the nomination, while nomination, whatever they mention, those things will come into this thing. The citation means the wordings, those wordings will be prescribed by the employer, managing director. That is what the background. Now coming to the left part, perfection is not perfection. Arogya Sakha Mantri Garu, the then Honorable Health Minister Shri Rosaya was supposed to grace the function. Last minute there was some issue. Then they invited Minor Irrigation Minister Chandrasekhar, Dr. Chandrasekhar, who gave that award. While giving, he stressed upon very clearly what is the importance of professional pursuits. See, if you are if you are as a student, that will be termed as a co-curricular, extracurricular, and extra academic activity. But whereas, what would be the extracurricular activity equivalent there at the service would be professional pursuit. So that's what the reason I got to put that. Now coming to there are all various press clippings, and coming to into the point. Before my wind up, very, very important, my gratitude with the thanks to IPA Education Division, Chebrolu Harmaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, all my employers, particularly RAChem Pharma Limited, and all the academic institutions where I studied, my school, college, and university. A very, very special thanks to all my teachers and family members, particularly my beloved daughter Purnima Bharati. Before I conclude, a very most important aspect what I would like to emphasize is that success never ever lies in result, but it lies in only in effort and action. With this, I would like to conclude with a special thanks to Dr. Surya Devara Vidyadhara and Dr. Vallapalli Venkateshwara Rao and all the beloved faculty, researchers, and students. Most importantly, the participants. And have a great day. Stay safe from pandemic. Thank you, one and all. Namaste. Now, over to.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your session. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your valuable experiences and your memorable memories with all of us. We really had a great time with you, and we would like to wind this session up by asking a very few questions. So after that, we'll be finishing off the session with you. Are you okay with it?
Yes, please.
As you truly said, it is not that whatever the features that we possess inside us, as far as extracurricular activities are concerned, we cannot develop them overnight. It takes a long process to get developed of them. So what do you think is the best suggestion that we can give to anybody who don't have a proper platform where they can constantly perform their talents?
See, it is your Professor Kalyan, I think, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Professor Kalyan. This one thing is that the most important part is that First, the person, whoever, he need to have an interest. Interest and enthusiasm is the key. He has to do some kind of a self-study. He has to come to a professor like Kalyan, or maybe a speaker like Ravi Kumar, or he can identify his own way. That is what I'm telling you. In the whole context, he has to do some homework. Suppose you go to the doctor. Do you make some notes? No. What are the features? What is the pain point? At what time it is coming? How it is coming? How it is percolating? These are all the things you need to first identify. We need not be shy of. And I really forgot to tell you now, because I kept some information only for Q&A. It's a huge amount. I can say, if anything I tell you, it is less only. I give the major credit only to extracurricular activities. Why? Because I am telling you now the secret. My secret is CHIPS. CHIPS stands for Chevrolet Hanumaya Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. What is my CHIPS is? My C stands for co-curricular activities. I mean to say co and extra is embedded. So I'm not differentiating co and extra. So my H stands for my hard work. There is no compromise. There is no shortcut success to the, there are no shortcut routes. Sometimes the longest route available is the only route available to, you have to reach a secure in proper way. That is what so my H stands for hard. I, interest and commitment. Unless you don't have a interest and commitment, no, I'm sorry. మీకు తెలుగులో తెలుసు కదా, గుర్రాన్ని అక్కడ దా తీసుకెళ్ళచ్చు, దాన్ని దేని తిప్పి చేయలేదు కదా. Same is applicable. So you have to have interest and commitment. P, most important, P. You not only to be positive, proactive, but also most important, perseverance. My P stands for project. My project, MBA project, even today it is afresh. I can tell you each and every aspect of project. It is so important. Whether it is for a B pharmacy student or a M pharmacy student, if he does 1 year project, or a B pharmacy student who does 5 months or 4 months, whatever, he should be thorough. Like, he should know where to do, what to do. If he choose, most of the students where they does is that they choose a wrong either project or they chose a wrong organization. There they struggle a lot because the integration is not happening. So first thing is that self-study to be made. Then they must identify a proper mentor like Professor Kalyan. Then they also have to create a support structure. As I already told you that they have to have a support structure. Suppose XYZ is there. You need to identify like-minded people. Actually, if I go a step ahead, because I gave a credit to my teachers, means all the teachers, you should be very mindful that you can change the history of the student, life history of the student. If you can really ensure a proper light in the heart of the student, it is nothing like it. So it's a huge contribution by the faculty. I don't know whether it is, this question is triggered by student or faculty. It's really, I must appreciate this thought-provocative question. Yes. Did I answer your question? Or
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And just as a small extension to the question, just as a small extension to the question that is asked right now. So according to you, there has to be an environment where we should have a student who is willing enough. He should have a person whom he can be readily approachable, where he can have easy access to. And then there has to be a platform where he can perform. So creation of this environment. So if you want to create this environment in any institute, what are the simple measures that one can take so that this environment is always healthy?
It is not the institute. I tell you, that is what I'm telling you. It is I stands for individual. We need to be very clear with our alphabets. I told you game. Governance, administration, management, and execution. That I am the person who needs that. First, I must take the interest. I have to do the self-study. If really a student comes to Professor Ballapalli, don't he spend the time? He'll go a step ahead and he will definitely do. If he is not able to do, I know Ravi Kumar PS Party, he'll call me and take it. Suppose if I'm busy, I will tell, I'll call you after 1 hour, or let us sit on Sunday. If it is really important, he will chase for it. That has to come from the individual. Either it may be student or a researcher or the faculty or the anybody. If the researcher or the faculty wanted to do the research, then what they does do? In that case, faculty is the individual, right? Faculty got to go to the principal and they should put forward a appeal. Sir, I would like to do research. I am aspiring to do a research. Please guide me. Then definitely he will be able to guide. Unless this individual doesn't come forward, how that responsibility lies on individual, not on the institute. All these things happened, whatever I told you, it is inside of me only. If I take fully inside of the responsibility, that will happen. How many people see organization will have in a broader level issues, concerns, responsibilities, obligations, right? So they'll not be able to do it at a broader level. They'll give a ecosystem. It is for you to create. It is for the individual to create. Did I answer the question or do you got it out?
Yes, sir. You answered it, sir.
Surely,
So,
is it clear?
yes, sir. So
Thank
what we thought was what we thought was it was a two-way act, but you made it very clear that it is a single individual's act where he has to take the interest for himself and he has to pursue for himself.
I tell you here, there are for a four-wheeler, 4 wheels will be there. If any of the wheel is not proper, that will not function. In the similar way, first individual has to have that interest and commitment. That's the first wheel. The second wheel is that he has to do the entire homework first. Then the third comes to the organization and the rest of this thing. If they come forward, organization also should be able to respond and proactively reciprocate and all. What I created is that out of my achievements created obviously for me. So wherever I go, they gave me a helping hand. They gave me a supporting hand. The moment I ask, it's only my inability to not to ask. But if I ask, they really came forward. So it is for the individual who has to take the first interest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to sum it up, we have one last question. And I would like to keep you in the frame and ask this question. So there is as you have interest in multiple activities, you get to develop more interest towards it. And finally, there may be a criteria or a situation where you cannot weigh which is more important to you. And the reason why I'm asking this question is you yourself has mentioned that you have successfully completed many championships as a chess player.
Yeah.
So what made you think that chess is just an extracurricular thing, not your mainstream?
It's an excellent question. Actually, you heard all my success story. If you really listen my failure story, then you will get full answers. I failed miserably in my all efforts failed to become a civil aspirant. Though I was a civil aspirant to become an IAS officer, I went to Delhi. I joined in Delhi University based on merit, but my effort miserably failed and became a scapegoat in Mandal Commission under the government of BP Singh because I forgot my objective of migrating to Delhi to become a civil servant. To become a civil servant, I went there, but I joined in a Mandal Commission movement in a student agitation. And there is no required interest, there is no required commitment, there is no required dedication, there is no required, not fully focused and objective oriented. Now coming to your part of the question that why not a full-time chess as a profession? That's what you mean to say, right?
I mean, my question was, what decides that this is extracurricular, this is mainstream?
It is the individual who has to decide. I thought only to this extent to go and I decided. It is not that, somebody has to tell. I felt I have put a line. So this is what it is. All India Chess Championship, gold medals, silver medals, and then, maiden chess title. And if you go to the Nagarjuna University campus, my name will be there. You can see and give me the feedback also. Why? Because I am telling you that I limited my boundaries only to that extent. I limited myself only to that extent. That's all. Nothing else. Not beyond that. Actually, my review evaluation was by the time I was supposed to have crossed the boundaries of the nation. Had I would have been in an international circuit, I think that would have been viable to be a full-time than the extracurricular or whatever. So that's what the reason I got to ensure to make it as a extracurricular activity than the full-time activity or whatever.
Okay, sir.
I answered you properly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Any part of the question has missed it.
No, sir. No, sir. We got the answer.
Thank you, Dr. Kalyan.
Sir. And with this, we have successfully finished the session. And Principal Dr. S. Vidyadhara would be giving us the conclusory note. And before that, I would like to inform all the participants that the feedback form is available in the YouTube description. Feedback form for the morning session and the afternoon session is available in the description. Now I request our principal to please give the conclusory note.
Namaste.
Namaskaram, Dr.
Namaste, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. My pleasure and honor.
So you have enlightened all our youngsters, pharma fraternity, by giving an extraordinary presentation on co-curricular importance of co-curricular activities and the role that is going to take an active part in their future perspectives.
Thanks a lot.
We are very much thankful to you, sir.
Bless
And
you.
at the same time, today, this is the 6th webinar we have organized. In this, along with you, one more distinguished personality, Dr. Rai Nagendran, has also participated. Morning, he has delivered a talk on regulatory concerns in the pharma field, and particularly during this COVID situation, that helped students and pharma fraternity a lot how to focus on the present day situation and how to get along with the situation and go forward for the future perspectives. Similarly, during this COVID situation, you have given a lot of boost to the youngsters by giving a separate talk that is on co-curricular importance in the student level, particularly in the pharma field, where you have extraordinarily redefined our chips.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
So, almost whatever you say for the abbreviatory form of chips, we are almost following the same, and we are standby with our students, and we are giving lot of support to our students by way of providing the extracurricular activities and co-curricular support. And this Nagarjuna Education Society, Gabriel Hanma Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, we are always there on 24/7 mode to our students to motivate them, to bring them up to the level of expectation to the industry needs. And this particular topic given by you is going to be a blockbuster for the students that definitely help them to boost and to involve very much into the co-curricular activities, so that they will in future definitely come across with this. Even though we are constantly motivating the students to take active role in co-curricular activities, maximum 25 to 30% students are coming and involving in that. Rest of 75%, whenever any such kind of activities are there, they try to push off from the college and they try to stay back at their house ideally.
May I
So,
interrupt you here, sir?
yeah, sure, sir.
The one thing, probably along with the chips, I have iconed another thing. Probably you must have seen in the objectives. In the objectives, my objectives, what I iconed was IPA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For insights, P for perspectives, A for awareness, ability, and agility.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One thing.
Yeah,
Second,
yeah,
most
sure.
important thing, for chips, I am always there to support whatever the way it is required to assist and support, number one.
Thank you, sir. Thank
To
you.
conduct some, identify some special co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And if you invite me, 101%, I will ensure my presence to support to cause the event also.
100%, sir. 100%, sir. Thank you, sir. Being an IPA Education Division Chairman, it is my responsibility. So, as part of IPA, so we thought to involve you into our professional activities. And definitely you gave the best out of the best among the webinars that we have conducted so far.
Thanks a lot, sir. Really blessed and honored.
Thank you very much, sir.
It goes to my daughter.
Hope that our cooperation will continue like this in future course of action also. And people like you are always required for the students to get motivated and get involved into such activities, sir. Thank you. With these few words, I once again thank Dr. Ravikumar Garu for timely accepting our proposal and presenting an extraordinary webinar for the student and young fraternity of pharmacy. And also thank Dr. Nagendra Irkulpati. In fact, Nagendra Irkulpati is my direct student for PhD and my relative also, and also my junior at MPharm level.
Excellent.
So I also thank Dr. Nagendra for giving a topic on regulatory concerns during COVID situation. You both have motivated our pharma fraternity, and this will definitely give them boost. And in future also, we expect the same cooperation and coordination from your side and people like you in this profession. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I once again thank each and every one of you who have participated in this. And I hope that around 1500 participants have registered for this particular webinar. And even though this is Sunday and that too very odd time, so many people are actively watching our program through YouTube live, and definitely it's a good program, sir. Thank you one and all for cooperating with us and participating in our program. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Just one word, sir. Sir, with your permission, one word.
Sure, sir.
The students, those who are interested to access, they also can access. I gave my email ID, mobile number. I have LinkedIn and Facebook also.
Sure. We will circulate it, sir.
Thanks for your special permission.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Great day. Thank you. Stay safe.
Bye, sir. We are going to end up with this.
Yes.